I finally have a light today. So I came to my car to talk about grieving relationships, grieving people that you have feelings for, that you have loved, that you wanted to have in your life, who are no longer there. There are times in our life where we do grow apart. They may not be at the specific place of where you are meant to be. Sometimes these people may need to be shed out of your life due to the given circumstances of where you are today. And sometimes that place of where you are today is at a different frequency, elevation, or plane of where they are at, what they see in life, their priorities, and what they want to do with themselves. And it's never really a bad thing, that compatibility that you may have had with this person. You more so see that compatibility and having like-mindedness isn't quite enough to keep them there. Because rather you guys have the same similarities and things that you enjoy in life, you may also have different priorities, like I've mentioned before, different things that you set out to do in life, or a different place of where you are or where you see yourself as. I like to think of it in itself for me as I don't want to be broken love. I'm sorry, but there are people who are in death and in happy, in love, but I'm at a place where I'm in my 20s. I'm about to turn 24, and having a relationship with someone before you have a establishment within yourself, your character, what you want to do, your purpose. If you're trying to seek someone else to give you that comfortability and reassurance that you are enough, you are capable, you need that extra support, you shouldn't be in a relationship. That is a crutch at that point, and that is someone that is always going to be a dependent, someone you depend on for these sources rather than depending on yourself. And I think that a lot of times whenever we get into a relationship with people that we haven't healed from our previous pains or previous relationships, they tend to show in that newfound relationship. Even though you might have suppressed these feelings or changed yourself from the past, really, these things, they're a test. They will show when things start to get shaky, you start having a disagreeing, because it is not always rainbows and sunshines with this person that you set out in a relationship to be with. I believe that relationships truly is a choice. It is you choosing to be with this person above all other people. You choose to remain true to this person. Your loyalty, respect, love, care is dedicated to that person that you desire to be in a relationship with. And going beyond that relationship, marriage is also something that I believe to confine in that other person. Because when you're in just a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship, I tend to not really hold too much weight or value to that. Because anyone at any time without that committed relationship and having God in the center, they can walk out of your life freely whenever they want to. Because they have no commitment to God and they have no commitment to you. You are not in a covenant, in a bound relationship when you are just boyfriend and girlfriend. You are giving yourself to someone freely, giving them access to your sacredness, your body, and they take that and take your body, take their presence, and are putting it into the next person. And I don't mean to say that to alarm anyone, scare them, waver their decisions, but it's a lot to think about. And it's a lot that I have experienced in my life that I have done wrong, incorrectly. And I'm learning from these experiences, because you don't want to keep making the same mistakes when you have previous events that you told yourself that you would never do again. You want to keep making these same mistakes, constantly breaking yourself down, hurting your own heart, hurting your person, because you're doing the same things that you were doing in high school. You're doing the same things that you were doing in your early 20s. I'm almost in my mid 20s. And truthfully, heartbreak has never felt any easier. It has never gotten any less burdening and painful. However, my reaction to heartbreak, my reaction to picking myself up in that recovery stage, although I am going through the stages of grief whenever I have heartbreak, it's in realization that that person at the time may have been someone that I wanted, but they're not someone I needed. Because if I needed that person, I would not be capable to do the day-to-day tasks that I am doing. Showing up for work, showing up for yourself, showing up for all these other things. You don't want to be dependent on the person that you seek in a relationship with. The only dependency that you should have is your faith and belief in God. And I am a Christian woman. I believe that thoroughly through and through. And I feel as though I want to speak on that more so because I have been suppressing my feelings and my perspective due to the fact that I have been feeling as though I have been acting in a way that is not beneficial to my beliefs and in correlation to. And it's not because I'm out here sinning and doing all these bad things. It's just a reflection of self and bringing myself down, feeling that I have not been capable. I have not been able to get out of these feelings because I've been drowning and having up and downs with these feelings that I do feel. And it's true. You should accept every feeling that you are feeling. Feel through these emotions, because suppressing or running away from them or trying to cope with other things like alcohol, smoking, drugs, all of these things that take you away from feeling the very thing that is causing you this pain, this crack in your heart, it's only going to come up way worse in the end. And I have a smile on my face now because the heartbreak that I have been going through, dealing with, it does develop character. You realize the flaws that you have had in that given situation, that given relationship, and you also realize all of the things that you have allowed people to get away with, allowed people to do to you because you were trying to keep them in your life. People who are meant to be in your life will be there. You will not have to alter or suppress yourself in a specific way just for them to maintain that connection with you. That is not something that is meant to flourish, and that is something that is always going to bring you back down to the state of spiraling out of control. So once you realize that heartbreak in and of itself and that attachment that you have is not bad. It's not a bad thing to be in love with someone. It's not a bad thing to have feelings for someone because you genuinely wanted to be there for them and care for them. But you have to give back to yourself the way that you have been giving to other people. You can't allow yourself to be stuck in limbo and being tethered to the past or fixated on what has happened. Because the more energy that you pour into history, the less energy that you will have in the present. You will be drained, being consumed by something that you're constantly thinking about, constantly reverting back to, and feeling depths of sorrow and sadness from. Live your life and realize the beauty in everything. The beauty of the relationship that you did have in that moment. The memories will always be there. And you can always reflect on the fun and good times that you had. They will always live. They will always live on. What BMO say? Time is an illusion that helps things make sense. So we are always living in the present tense. So live in the present. Stay true to you. And know that everything that has happened has been an event that is real. But what's happening now is your life. Things will always have happened back then. I forget. I need to insert that song because I love that song too much. I know I messed it up, but yes, to the person behind the screen that is dealing with this heartbreak, to the person behind the screen that is in love with someone that is no longer in your life, know that you are not alone. It is okay to have love for someone, but at a distance. You need to separate the feeling of needing and depending on that person to be in your life and love yourself for the person that you are and the heart that you have. And yes, love for different people can have multiple different definitions. The way that you love someone isn't how they love other people. That connection that you have, the way that they perceive life and perceive relationships may not be the way that you perceive life and perceive relationships. So having that open communication and knowing that the things that are a deal breaker and the things that are acceptable must be established. Otherwise, you will end up heartbroken. And it sucks. Trust, it sucks, but we'll make it through. Believe in God, have faith and healing and getting through this. Prayer. Talk to Him. Depend on Him, and you'll get better. This This too shall pass, and you will be better in the long run. Heartbreak doesn't define you. This pain doesn't define who you are. Find that happiness and that person, that loving person that you have been giving to others, and find it in yourself again. Thank you all for tuning in to the video. I hope it has helped someone realize that the feelings that they have are valid, and you must feel through your emotions in order to get through an event that has happened to you. But what is happening to you will not always happen. The situation that is happening or you're going through, you will get through it.